The Quiet Castle. Once upon a time, in a grand and noisy castle, there lived a young prince named Oliver. Prince Oliver loved everything about his castle: the tall towers, the grand halls, and the sparkling jewels. But there was one thing he did not like: the noise. From the clanging of the knights' swords during practice to the bustling of the servants in the kitchen, the castle was always filled with sounds. Even the wind outside seemed to whistle and howl through the stone walls. Prince Oliver couldn't remember the last time he had experienced true quiet. Every night he lay in his big fancy bed, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't fall asleep. The noise kept him awake for hours. One evening, after another sleepless night, Prince Oliver decided that he needed a change. He wanted to find a place where he could enjoy peace and quiet. He called for his horse and rode out of the castle, hoping to find a quiet place where he could finally sleep. After a long ride through the hills, Prince Oliver came across a small village nestled by the river. The village was quiet. There were no loud noises or rushing people, just the soft sounds of birds chirping and the gentle breeze rustling the leaves. The prince rode through the village, amazed at how calm and peaceful it was. Curious, he stopped at a little cottage with a colorful garden. An old woman was sitting outside weaving a basket. She looked up and smiled when she saw him. "Good evening, Your Highness," she said. "How can I help you?" "I've come from the castle," Prince Oliver said. "I'm looking for peace and quiet. I can't sleep in my noisy castle. How do you manage to stay so calm and peaceful here?" The old woman chuckled softly and patted the bench next to her. "Why don't you sit with me, Prince Oliver, and I'll tell you a secret." The prince sat down, and the woman began to tell him about the village's bedtime routine. "Every night, before we go to bed, we take our time to slow down," she said. "We all enjoy a peaceful meal, and then we light a small candle to welcome the night. We listen to the quiet sounds of nature, and we spend a little time reflecting on our day. Then, when it's time to sleep, we snuggle into our beds, knowing that the world is calm and we are ready for rest." Prince Oliver was fascinated. It sounded so simple, yet so peaceful. The idea of having a quiet time before bed felt like something he had never experienced before. He realized that he had been so busy and surrounded by so much noise in the castle that he had forgotten what true quiet felt like. The old woman smiled at him. "Would you like to try our bedtime routine, Prince Oliver?" "Yes, please," Prince Oliver said eagerly. The old woman led him into her cottage, where she prepared a small bowl of warm soup for them to share. They ate slowly, savoring every bite. Then she lit a tiny candle and placed it in the center of the table. The soft glow of the candle filled the room with warmth. They sat together in silence, listening to the gentle sounds of the river outside and the soft rustling of the trees. After a while, the old woman stood up and gently guided Prince Oliver to a cozy bed in the corner of the room. She tucked him in and whispered, "Rest now, Prince Oliver. The night is waiting for you." As Prince Oliver lay in the soft bed, he felt something he had never felt before: calmness. The quiet, the warmth, and the gentle rhythm of the evening made him feel safe and peaceful. Soon, he drifted off to sleep, dreaming of peaceful meadows and soft stars twinkling above. The next morning, Prince Oliver woke up feeling refreshed and happy. He thanked the old woman for teaching him the value of quiet and promised to bring the peaceful bedtime routine back to his castle. When Prince Oliver returned to the castle, he decided to share the wisdom he had learned with his family. That evening, the castle was filled with calmness. The knights, the servants, and even the king and queen all followed a gentle bedtime routine. The sounds of the castle grew softer, and the lights dimmed as everyone took time to unwind. For the first time in a long time, Prince Oliver was able to sleep soundly, surrounded by peace. From that day on, the castle was no longer a noisy place. The gentle rhythm of bedtime spread throughout the castle, and Prince Oliver learned that even in a grand castle, a little bit of quiet can make all the difference. And so, dear friend, remember the lesson of Prince Oliver. Sometimes, a little quiet can help you sleep soundly and wake up feeling rested. Whether you live in a grand castle or a cozy home, following a gentle bedtime routine is the secret to a peaceful night's sleep. Sweet dreams.